Y'all see this CBS report? So allegedly, the Giants are one of the top contenders to get Kyle Pitts. And we can go a couple ways with this. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those situations. Y'all remember Grand Theft Auto 4? When, Nico could either kill the OG out of prison or he could kill the young drug dealer that gave him a shot. You know what I'm saying? You did this storyline can go either way. All right, depending on who you decide to clap. So my original storyline arc when I came to record this video was, this is cap, this is BS, I don't believe it, we don't need this nigga, whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, we got like 5 tight ends right now. We got Theo, who's supposed to be the next Gronk, according to Hard Knocks last year. Theo Johnson's supposed to be the next Rob Gronkowski. And then we got Dulcich, the dude from Denver. That dude was supposed to be the next Travis Kelce a couple years ago when he got drafted. That didn't work. And he's got a rapport with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's already shouted him out, whatever, from Denver. We still got Bellinger, you know what I'm saying, who had a great rookie year, and we ain't heard from this dude since. We still got him. Then we drafted some dude who was supposed to be better than Brock Bowers until he got injured. So he was like supposed to be literally ranked higher than Brock Bowers coming out of high school or something like that. And then he got injured. That's our 7th round pick tight end. I don't know his name. He ain't that important, but he on the roster. Okay. And then we got this other guy who I can't even pronounce his name. He's there for blocking. He's basically our blocking tight end, our inline blocker, our H-back. He's our full, like he do all the blocking stuff. He's a lineman that play tight end. We got that guy. Been in the league for like 15 years. We got him. All right. So we got mad tight ends on the roster. And at the end of the day, we don't actually need Kyle Pitts, which is why when I first heard the story and I'm reading the report on Twitter, I'm like, or is it X? So we just calling it X now? It ain't Twitter no more, right? It's X, but we still call it tweeting. Ain't that some shit? How? Same about that. Anyway, my original report is we don't need them. That was my original thinking. But the more I really think about it, the more I sat back and said, you know what? What do the Falcons want for Kyle Pitts? That's where the conversation should start. If we can get Kyle Pitts for a 3rd round pick, we better do that shit. I'm going to keep it a bean with you. Like, I get it. Theo Johnson and the Bellingers and the 7th round pick guy. Like, I get it. Everybody wants to see their players develop. Everybody wants to fall in love with their draft picks. And I get it. But fellas, I'm here to tell you, fuck them picks. Fuck them picks. Okay, if we can get Kyle Pitts, who y'all told me was Randy Moss at tight end. Okay, y'all told me he's supposed to be the next Travis Kelce, Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates. Y'all told me this dude was supposed to be unguardable. He's supposed to be the greatest thing smoking coming out that draft a couple years ago. This is what y'all told me. Kind of like Abdul Carter. Like, I know it seems like I don't like Abdul Carter, but I'm really not a fan of the coverage that Abdul Carter got coming out the draft. It makes me nervous because the more y'all hype up a player, the worse he becomes a bust. Now, I hope Abdul Carter don't become a bust, but whether it's Trevor Lawrence, Marvin Harrison, Kyle Pitts, the more y'all slurp a nigga coming out the draft, the harder he bust. The more I hear a player is a can't miss prospect, he's going to be a game changer, he's going to change the world immediately, the more I dislike that prospect. Because every single time there is a universal consensus player that's supposed to be the shit, he ain't that good. Caleb Williams was like the 3rd best player in his draft at the position. Drake May look better. Jaden Daniels look better. Bo Nix look better. What the fuck are we talking about? So at the end of the day, the more y'all slurp a nigga, the less I like him. So I'm going to put my biases to the side. Now that Kyle Pitts basically became a bust in Atlanta, Maybe he could come to the Giants, get a change of scenery, get around a better offensive coordinator in Brian Dable, Mike Kafka, get with Russell Wilson, let him cook a little, and maybe we could resurrect him. Because at the end of the day, if we could turn Kyle Pitts a reclamation project, if we could salvage him and get the potential that y'all told me he had coming out of college, if we can get that potential out of him, we got us a stud for cheap. He's going to be a third. He can't go for more than a third round pick. A third rounder at best for Kyle Pitts. Like, it's called a spade here, right? Get a third rounder, give up a third round. The Eagles just traded Huff for a mid-round pick to the Niners, for crying out loud. So, mid-round pick, get Kyle Pitts. He's on the same age length as Neighbors, Jackson Dart. Tyrone Tracy is 25, for crying out loud. So, if we was to get Kyle Pitts and he becomes what he was supposed to be, we got a monster tight end, a monster receiver, a monster running back, and hopefully Jackson Dart is him. So we got the four pillars of our offense all within the early to mid-20s, all on the same timeline. I think that works out pretty smooth for the Giants, if that's the route that Joe Schoen chooses to go. Now, he did give up a third-round pick, or was it Kadarius Toney, something like that, for Darren Waller. No, he gave up the pick that was for Kadarius Toney to get Darren Waller. Okay, that's what it was. I knew it was something. But so he's going out to try to get a tight end before. I'm not against Kyle Pitts. Not against it. And I don't really care about the whole run blocking thing, fellas. Who the hell cares, man? Oh, man, Kyle Pitts can't run block. So, can that nigga catch? The Giants been trying to get a big body receiver in here for a minute now. Like, if you look at the undrafted rookie receivers, they're all big body guys. They want a physical big body guy to complement Neighbors and Slayton and Wandale and Hyatt. All we have is fast dudes. We don't got no big physical go-get-it receiver. And I think that's probably why they want to get Kyle Pitts. That's probably why our name is being rumored to get Kyle Pitts, because they want somebody who's big, physical, can jump, pinpoint the ball in the air, make contested catches, get those end zone fades, opens up another dynamic to the offense. So that's where I'm at with it. Granted, I don't think it's going to happen because, again, they love Theo Johnson. We don't really need Kyle Pitts. But if he's being shopped, we got to put a bid in. And I think Joe Schoen to do that. Joe Schoen's a pretty aggressive guy, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's it. That's all, man. Hit the like button, sub button, all that YouTube stuff. My name is FiskVicious, and I approve this message.